We are, as a species, taking up more and more of the land and the habitat on the planet. So other species are being driven to extinction. I can get really depressing like this, but I mean, we're acidifying the ocean. Some of that excess greenhouse gas we put into the atmosphere gets deposited in the oceans, and the acidity of the oceans is now rising. Now, why does that matter? Well, many of the species in the oceans have evolved to live within a certain range of acidity. And we get a lot of our oxygen, for example, from the plankton. If we make the ocean uninhabitable for plankton, it comes back immediately and gets us. So we've got all of these problems, plus then we have the social dimension. If we try to fix these problems, what's that going to do for business? What's it going to do for employment? What's it going to do for poverty? How can we solve all of these problems at one go? So I've been trying to understand this in various ways, and one of the central themes that I've addressed is this question of economic growth. It's taken for granted in our society that if the economy doesn't grow, we are in desperate straits. We get massive unemployment, we get despair, increase in poverty, all of those things. So we have the dilemma of growth. We seem to need growth, but yet it's growth which requires this extra use of fuels and materials and disposal of waste and land area and such, which is causing us all these environmental problems. So is there a way through? That's the question. I don't think there's an adequate appreciation that we have real choices in this. It's much more common for people to think we don't have a choice. If the economy doesn't grow, we're screwed, and so we've got to make it grow. And that's the end of it. And then the debate is, okay, what's the best strategy for economic growth? One of the things I don't like about that perspective is because we've got other problems too, and we've already mentioned some of the environmental problems. And when you propose a solution to one of those problems, what's the first thing you hear? Oh, we can't do that because it's no good for economic growth. So economic growth becomes the excuse for not addressing other problems. We have to have an inhabitable planet that we enjoy living in. And so we're wrecking that. The problem is we put growth first, and we use that as an excuse not to fix these other problems.